What if I told you you can walk with God, talk with God, eat with God, and still betray Him? Yeah, and still betray Him. Not because you hate Him, but because of something small, something silent, something deadly: greed. This is the story of Judas Iscariot, the man who sold Jesus for money. Judas was not an outsider. He was chosen. He was trusted. He was one of the 12 disciples. He saw miracles with his own eyes. With his own eyes, he saw miracles. The blind see, the dead rise, the impossible become possible. He wasn't guessing about God. He was not. He knew. He knew. And yet, he still betrayed him. Hell, Judas had a secret, a weakness no one paid attention to. He was in charge of money. And slowly, quietly, he began to steal. Not a lot, small, just little by little, enough to feed a growing desire. Because greed doesn't start loud, it starts small and then it grows. Yeah. One day, Judas made a decision. He went to the enemies of Jesus and asked a question that would change history forever. What will you give me if I hand him over to you? They counted it, sharp, sharp. They counted it. There was a bargain, they counted it. 30 pieces of silver. That was the price of a betrayer. Not millions, not power, just 30 pieces of silver. That's how cheap betrayal can be. That night in the garden, Judas approached Jesus, not with a weapon, not with anger, but with a kiss. A sign of love turned into a weapon of betrayal. Jesus looked at him and said, "Friend, do what you came to do." Friend? Even in betrayal, Jesus still called him friend. But Judas had already made his choice. After it was done, reality hit. Big reality hit. The money felt heavy. His mind became restless. His soul filled with regret. He tried to return the silver. I have sinned. I betrayed innocent blood, but it was too late. They refused him. And Judas realized something terrifying. You can make a decision in seconds that you will regret for the rest of your life. Overwhelmed with guilt, Judas ended his own life. The man who walked with Jesus died in darkness, not because he didn't have access to God, but because he allowed something else to take control. Here is the dark truth. Not everyone close to God is loyal to God. And sometimes the greatest betrayers comes from the closest person. So ask yourself, what are you slowly choosing over trust? Because it may not look dangerous now, but one day it could cost you everything. This is the part 8, because tomorrow it gets more darker. Subscribe to Make Survive TV. Shalom.